Yeah, Kate.
Oh,
You know.
oh yeah.
The sorrowful laughter. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Phantoms of the Past. We're on episode freaking 40. Man, that's a milestone right there. And I believe Emrut is taking us away with this week's recap.
Now I don't have like a big like in character thing, mainly because I'm like bleeding on the ground right now. But more or less, this is what happened. So we land very smoothly, which is ironic. We actually had a very smooth landing from the MVP of last session, Phoenix. But we'll get into that in a minute. As we touch down, we leave Judith with the ship to take care of a couple things because Tank was in here. And venture down into the as we go down this den here. There's like which is probably like an actual like place, and now it's just ruins. And there's a creature in a cage, which you find to be a trap. Yeah, every row. And there's two. They were darklings, right?
Yeah, darklings.
Mouthers, essentially. Yeah. One of them poisons me or Amrit, then dips. Like immediately. It's like a disease, I believe, not like poison or anything like that. He's okay in general, though. The last one we fight, it tries to run as well. These aren't like disciplined creatures. We'll be and as we kill, before we kill it, actually, it kind of begs for its life and wants to give us information. It doesn't have much to give, though. More in line with how dumb it is versus what it might have actually known. We ice it, take care of it. During the whole fight, Lewis was dipping in and out of Tyrandra mode, we'll call it. And we just might need to kill this motherfucker. But yeah, edge mode works too. But more or less, we come to like an agreement that he'll not fuck up our shit. Maybe we still don't know. But we kind of leave it. Yeah, we kind of leave it be for a moment. Although Amrit kind of talks to Lewis for a second, says that he'll do it, whatever it is, if Lewis deems it necessary at the moment. But going forward, we go deeper into the domain and find even more bodies, even more ruins, more corpses, and just utter destruction. And from there, we see 5 more darklings. They were called corpse worms, and they're like tentacle creatures. We now, again, MVP, due to Phoenix's fairy fire, we kind of clean house a little bit. I don't want to, shit on the DM, but we kind of rolling pretty high, took care of business, we'll say. Yeah, solid fight. We dispatch of them all. I'm still almost dead, and before we can really like get a breather in, an actual Mouther appears. It looks pretty mean, so we'll see what goes on with that.
All right.
I think that's it, unless I missed anything.
Yeah, big nasty wormo, not the ground. Yeah, go ahead and give me the D3. Nice, maximum is brought. Let's return to the session where we are about to roll initiative against a purple worm. You know.
I do not know, but I'm about to.
I hope it isn't that purple worm.
I don't think I want to know. Yeah, let's just...
Don't worry about it.
Lol. All right, folks. So, yes, coming out of this massive kind of plagued, corrupted earth of decay, just kind of swamping over the beauty and lushness of Glam and then its neighboring den is this worm after dealing with the corpses. And it means business as it roars and screeches at each of you. We find ourselves in yet another fight. Perhaps this will be as easy as the last. Perhaps.
That is the scariest looking thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Should we get the hell out of here?
What is with these initiative rolls?
It's pretty bad.
Oh dear lords.
Oh.
We get fairy fire on the
Oh.
initiative too.
Wait, isn't it? Oh, okay, no. I thought I
To
got
be
the
fair,
graphic.
it did catch us off guard.
Okay.
True.
Minerva looks at Phoenix. If we're going to do that, we all must agree. Is this our course of action, a full retreat?
I don't know.
Would Tyrandrum be able to assess this thing's strength in any way?
You can give me, if you're willing to give your reaction, meaning you could probably just move right past you. Then you can give me a history check right now, as you just lock on and
Yep.
focus and sync out the world.
That works.
How I know this is like a famous D&D monster, but like how notorious or famous is this creature? Like, could Judith have heard of something like this?
I mean, it's a notorious, like you said, D&D creature, but barely used maybe once a campaign in most games. So it's not a well-known creature by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I just want to see if I want to. She's still gonna geek out by it. It looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. Yeah, Lewis, you know that this is an insanely powerful monstrosity, and that it could swallow you whole one bite, which you could imagine seeing good size, but it could trap you in its belly and fill you up with acid and erode you away with ease. You think, or more importantly, Tyrandrum tells you, "Fight this thing and you will die." In your mind, as you're conflicted, you're no match for this thing. Perhaps if I were here.
So at the moment, looking at this creature, the one who's currently in control is Tyrandrum, and as he seems to kind of just like soften his eyes, almost focusing inward for a moment, there's almost like a slight smirk on his face as he realizes something, and it quickly disappears as he refers to our buddy. We don't exactly stand any chance against this thing. Move!
Where?
Anywhere but here.
Back to the ship?
Maybe south?
And
Back.
Minerva sees the creature start to approach. All right, if I'm moving down, then we're moving down. He's in a dash downwards. The purple worm looks around. It's a nasty, almost undiscernible type of sounds. And it will dive just right into the ground. And then you see right here next to Sora and Lewis, the water begins sinking in a hole as it emerges. When it bursts out of the oasis, it just quickly swings its tail towards Tyrandrum's back, critically hitting him.
Oh.
I need a very important Constitution saving throw. You will die.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm popping info on this.
Yeah, so you want some
Straight up, just let's hope. Come on, buddy. Okay, 24.
Oh, thank God. I'm not going to kill you outright, but you're definitely going down to 0. But I would have killed you outright if you didn't fail this.
Oh.
Wait, on the 24?
No, he didn't.
Wait.
He made it. I said if he failed, he would have died outright. You know, it shouldn't have doubled the.
Guys, run, that thing dealt more than 52 damage. That was full health.
We can't leave you.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, so that 86 poison brought down to
80,
what's half of 86? Math is hard.
44,
43?
43.
43, okay. So this is how much you take exceeding this save. 68.
Succeeding?
So if it was 17 plus 8 plus 86 from the critical poison damage, which is what the creature's big damage comes from, is poison, you would have died outright just now.
Oh, I
Who
see.
are you guys talking about now?
Yeah.
Hey, yes, that is right. Oh, dang. It stings you right in the back, and then it looks at you, and it starts to sniff onto you. And with its action, after it stung you, it's going to start to swallow you.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Oh my god. Oh my tango. Does anyone got Lewis?
I don't know how.
I have no way of getting to him.
It's inside the
We have
creature's
a
belly.
stick. Can you just reach it down there or something?
This thing, I gotta get out of here for 1 second so I can think. She really hates leaving, but also, even if I had saved, oh god. Bonus action, I'm going to use my Step of the Wind feature to disengage. Oh god, I can't get to him. And I'm gonna use my action to dash. Everyone get out of here! No, not get out of here. We need to find a way to save Lewis. Shit. She's gonna come up next to Minerva. Minerva, the thing ate him!
Your eyes. You see like a fire in her eye. First it was fear, and she was like retreating because the creature seemed very powerful. But then she sees that Lewis gets swallowed, and you just see torches light up. She turns around. You can run, but I won't leave him behind.
Neither will I. I'll stay with you. Let us fight it together. We need to get him and get out of here. And she will end her turn there.
Phoenix.
I've got a question. When we got off the ship, I cast Longstrider on myself, which lasts an hour. Has it been an hour since we did that?
We'll say that you have it for this initiative, and then it's over.
Okay. She is kind of frozen, like, shit, we can't leave Lewis, but we sure the fuck can't fight this thing. Lewis is inside of it, right?
Yeah, it's began its swallowing process of Lewis. Digesting, I mean.
Okay. She is going to pull out the war horn of Bronze Dragon that was given to her by Lewis and hope that this thing hurts the worm and not Lewis, but we will do the lightning breath. Let me copy.
Okay.
And hoping that, because it says the horn makes a roar audible to 600 feet away, kind of thinking maybe somebody might be in the vicinity to help if they
You cut out a
needed
little
it.
bit after.
Okay. Get a 13 on my dex save.
Woohoo!
Yeah, send me get her my cutting edge stuff.
You were good.
Sweet. Alright, so I fail. Was it lightning damage? Let me double check. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
You shock the crap out of this creature, and all you do is draw its attention. It doesn't have eyes, but it moves its body towards you in general.
And then I'm running the fuck away.
Run, Phoenix!
Where did you originally stand?
Right here.
Here?
Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, I think it was right next to Judith.
Oh boy. Unfortunately, The creature has a reach of 10 feet, not 15, so you're safe.
Bonus action should be to tell Jenkins to do something, but I do not want to sacrifice Jenkins either. God damn, this thing is scaring me shitless. And Phoenix, both of us. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I don't have that prepared. Damn it. Okay, Jenkins is going to be positioning himself to protect Phoenix. So he is right behind her, and if anything comes up close, he will take his action to hit.
All right. Emerald, you're up.
Am I doing? Let me try this. I'm going to run. This is such a bad idea. I'm running left. I'm gonna jump across here. Do I need to make it like any kind of roll to jump this little gap?
No.
5, 10, 15, 25. How far am I now? So I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and use my blood curse, my newest one. It's a bonus action. I want to see if I can try and bind this creature.
It's larger, smaller creature.
Large or smaller?
Yeah.
It's probably much bigger than that.
Gargantuan.
Oh, it's gargantuan.
Yeah.
Oh, but you
Force
can
phase.
amplify it. I'm not sure how often you can amplify, but looks like you can amplify it.
Oh yeah.
Well, lose a little damage to do that.
Uh-oh.
So okay, you know what? Let's get it. So that's a full. Let me see what it is now.
Good luck.
I think I'm at like a D. I'm a D6 now. Yeah. So I'll take 6 damage, and I'll give it a shot. So it has to make a strength saving throw. I'm sure it's not strong at all.
What's the DC?
The DC. Oh, let me. Pretty sure it's 15 though.
Yeah, 21 beats it, I imagine.
That would probably, yeah.
Maybe just barely, but yeah. Sorry, man. This motherfucker is pretty strong.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Amber like takes his blade and like cuts his arm, and the blood will like splatter towards it, and then like almost in the form of like chains will try and like wrap around the creature. Ultimately, not working though. And then he will use his action to dash back this way. Well, there's my idea.
Okay. You know, I haven't played Judith in a long time. I've missed her. Love this character. I can't see Lewis at all, right?
It's inside the creature.
Yeah. Judith is just gonna exhale, and she's been connecting. It's been a few nights, right? Like she's been able to connect with her rune a bit more. She thinks like her family, and then she sees Lewis just get eaten, and she thinks she has a crazy idea. Here we go. She's gonna go 5, 10. I'm gonna try to jump in this creature's mouth.
Yeah.
So I can see Lewis.
I'm making an athletics check to climb up it.
a point of inspiration for me.
Okay, thank you. Athletics.
Yes!
Nice. You get up to its mouth successfully. How you pulled that off, I'm not sure. But you don't see Lewis.
I jump in.
All right, we'll use that same check. It's kind of just swinging its head around, but you did so well in your climbing because you're obviously motivated. Good.
I say I jump and I climb up and I stab and I use my quill and I stab it into the creature, into the scales to help pull myself up. I look in. I don't see Lewis. I've committed this far. I jump in to try to find him.
All right, you slide down its throat onto its tongue. And you're not sure where its throat ends because its body is just one large worm-like thing. And probably about 30 feet into its body, you would see that Lewis is like attached to some sticky substance, which you would also equally get stuck on.
Okay. As soon as I see a part of him, I'm gonna say, Lewis, fucking get out of here, or get up, and I'm going to bonus action healing word at 3rd level.
There we go.
Okay. Then I'm going to... It's probably too gunky and stuff to pull out my gun, so I'm just going to... yeah, I'm in this fucking thing. I'm just gonna just try to shoot it with my fire inferno fire bolts from the inside. This is a disadvantage to them within 5 feet, or
Correct. You also can't see while you're in there.
okay. I'm just gonna make sure I just don't. I can't see, like I couldn't see him.
Well, when you go into the purple worm's body, any creature that it has in its body is blinded. Technically, if you're in its body, you're also grappling and restrained, but I already told you you're stuck on this sticky stuff.
Got it.
So it's possible you could just shoot saliva or something. You know, you might not hit the creature, even though you're in its body. Hit food in its stomach or something.
No, healing word has that bummer thing where it says I have to see the person to heal them.
Oh.
Well, I saw when you rolled in about 30 feet, you could see him briefly. Well,
okay,
the light gleamed in, but yeah, technically you are blinded.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Boom. There, he's healed. I can't see shit, but I'm gonna point away from where I saw him, and I shoot the thing, the worm.
Nice.
24.
Okay, let's see here. No fire resistance. You see it squeals a little bit, taking the full amount.
An indigestion. Okay. That is EOT.
Okay. So, we wake up in a worm.
You wake up in a worm, but you might also immediately go back to sleep.
Oh, and that's the damage, right?
Oh, damn it.
Well, the good thing is you'd have a fail save plus another potential failed save.
Mm-hmm.
But you do take damage at the start of your turn, hit acid damage when you're inside a purple worm.
Understandable.
Do you want to roll that damage or me?
You know what? I'll be the master of my own fate here. What am I rolling?
The odds are against you. It is 66.
Oh, I see.
Whoa.
Well,
I'm sorry, man.
no worries. You saved me from death save. Let's hope the odds are in my favor. Holy
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
1 hit point.
Oh
What
my god!
1 hit point.
Holy shit!
On any other time, we'd be mad that there was so many ones.
I would be crying.
I said I'd be the master of my own fate, didn't I?
Oh my god.
I was
And
thinking
then
I roll
Falcon
high.
Request rolls twice that.
Yeah. Dude, if I
Saving
offer to
for
let
sure,
you roll
huh?
your damage, always take it.
Yep.
Lewis, you have 1 hit point. Judith's amazing heal keeps you on your feet so you do not instantly start dying again.
Okay. So let's do a quick playback of what the last couple seconds events. As Lewis screams back at everyone to try to get away in any way possible, and the purple worm just erupts from the river, essentially just devouring him whole. Tarandrum's vision starts to completely blacken as we are brought to another scene of Lewis walking down a hallway seemingly with various images playing on the sides. Various memories from his past. Some he actually has vision of, able to recount them without any issue. But others seem to have the eyes and faces of others completely blacked out, almost like scribbles or static across each of them as he's unable to fully recall. As he walks through this hallway, there's a moment in which he sees him walking with 3 other individuals, each of them with their face completely staticked out before the scene statics to someone that we all know very well, of Minerva, on one of Lewis's first missions, as they were stationed together at one point. And she just gives a soft smile to him as they just exchange jokes for a moment, before vision snaps back to Lewis again being healed, and the acid just burns away at his brain. He's just like stifles a scream before just opening his eyes with sheer determination. I still have a contract to uphold. This will be my body. As Tarandrum grits his teeth and second wins. A little bit on the low side, but better than nothing. We've definitely seen that help us. Do I have to make any saves in
yourself-
order to break out?
Give yourself 1 more, because that's a +5.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you get to level 6. So
This is-
Oh,
boy.
right. Thank you for the reminder.
you lost 11, you got 11 back.
Take every bit you
Hey.
can take.
Yep,
Okay,
gonna take every bit of it.
Let's see here. Yeah, you can try to climb out. Same check that you went in, so you gotta beat a DC 19 athletics. Try to climb out.
Oh, I see. Popping my last inspo.
It is-
And doing
it is your
athletics.
action.
Yeah, that's fine. Athletics. Let's go. Bop.
Yes.
26. As Lois's body, where the curse seems to be, as it the blackened tissue crawls against the mechanical arm, almost like hardens and becomes scales for a brief moment. The fingertips turning in almost like claws as he digs into the flesh of the purple worm and just launches himself forward. Okay, how far up the worm am I?
Well, Judith slid about 30 feet down, so you're right at its mouth. You're right in its mouth, able to just. If you want, you can take falling damage and leave it now, or you can sit in its mouth.
Okay. Is Judith currently locked down also?
Yeah, she's stuck near where you were.
Okay, got it.
Don't worry about
Uh,
me. Don't worry about me. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. As Lewis turns back down the pit, having known that somebody had to have fooled him, Ford is gritting his teeth. I was supposed to protect everybody, but I have to ensure his survival. And jumps down. He's trying to go into the water to himself, if at all possible.
Right, you drop into the water. It's about a 20-30 foot drop. Normally it's 3d6 fall damage, and just water will be a single d6.
Got it.
Excellent. Take 4 bludgeoning damage. You fall into the water.
Okay. And that's probably all my movement, since that was already pretty generous to be able to lock myself out of it. Okay. Adios.
Okay, before Minerva goes, you guys hear a roar. A powerful behemoth. At least the roar is louder than the size of the creature, but nonetheless you can see a dragon. Fairly young, but not a wormling. Maybe in its first 100 years of life. And as it flies in, it swoops into the battle towards the purple worm. And as it swoops down, it opens its mouth and spews a powerful breath weapon.
Oh my god!
Right, let's take him off Whisper, because this is a... Alright, spewing onto the creature a massive cold breath. Let's see how the purple worm fares. You must make a con save. The purple worm endures, getting exactly a 15, and takes 23 cold damage. Now the purple worm must make a con save, because if he takes a certain amount of damage, he has a chance of spitting Judith up. Unfortunately, it holds tight, rolling a 24. But Polylock swoops in, spews his breath weapon onto the creature, freezing bits of its thorny hide and chipping the thorns off as he ruptures it as he swings by. He lands right here and just does a roar. He says to you all, "I'm here to help. I am Polylock of the North, friend of Mother Nature." And Minerva, almost zoning him out, not even realizing the dragon until she's halfway in the fights, charges up north on her turn. And she is going to do a fireball onto the creature. Right. Hitting his northern end. The ball erupts onto it. The worm is in a subtle panic now. It fails at rolling a measly 1, taking 26 fire damage. It gets hit by fire and ice as Minerva yells, "Louis!" And I need to make another check to see if Judith is expelled. Alright, let's see what is the DC on here. DC. Oh, if he takes, okay. Judith, if you want, you could try to get out, but give me an athletics check, as there's an opening, but not enough to spit you out. As I was just shy of the 30 damage needed.
Do we have any?
Oof. You're not able to get out yet. Purple worm sees Polylock. And the dragon just goes, "Ignore that. I am your foe. Fear me." And the worm turns to it, really feeling the damage that the young dragon did to it. It faces him. Fear me if you dare. A 17 is just enough to bite down onto his shoulder. Doing 24 piercing to it. You see Polylock screech. "Ah!" The creature attempts to swallow him. But Polylock refuses with a strength save of 19, holding on to his body. And frustrated, the worm also commits his tail stinger, more deadly of the two. But Polylock quickly uses his wings, flies over the stinger as it misses him by an inch, rolling a 16 on the attack when it needed a 17. As Polyblock evades, she screams. Thor, you're up.
Okay. Friends or family is in danger. Caution to the wind. She's gonna move up 35 feet. She's going to flick out those dragon cards, and she's gonna throw them at the purple worm. Let's see if any of these land real quick.
All right, yeah, 24 easily hits.
Okay. So number 7, dealing 7 cold damage, reflecting Polyvox breath weapon.
Excellent.
And second card, 22
Again.
for 8 acid.
Let me double check if he has an acid in his belly. Surprisingly, he's not immune to acid.
Okay, gets a taste of his own medicine for once. Then using the reminder of my movement to make a little bit of distance. 5, 10. EOT.
Phoenix.
Phoenix looks at the war horn of the bronze dragon that she blew and does a quick calculation. Yeah, no, Polyvoc didn't come because of that. She is
Probably
going
help.
to cross the battlefield, though. Well, tell Jenkins get up there and help people out of the water. But she's going to cross the battlefield, take a couple shots at it, at the big giant worm.
Oh, jeez.
Holy damn.
That do it. Max one of those?
It was a 5, so plus 3.
Thank you.
3, so 20 damage, okay.
And then Jenkins will start coming closer to help get Lewis or hopefully Judith out of the water. I've forgotten her.
Well, she is still in the worm.
Yeah, so hopefully it comes out. She comes out soon. He has 10 more feet of movement. Can he reach into the water and get Lewis out and just get Lewis up on the land?
Yeah.
We'll do that. He will get Lewis up onto the land.
Usually in these exchanges, Lewis, you'd have to give up your reaction, but I don't think you mind.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you
It's like
get,
Grass Down Storm.
get put anywhere on dry land. Emerald.
Ready. Let's see, how far out am I? Move up a bit. And let's see. I'm gonna do my last Rhyme Spear.
Okay.
With advantage, I'm using the inspiration.
All right.
Nice. Yeah,
Okay.
that do it.
For 28.
28 cold, slamming right against his body. And another athletic check. Oh wait, no, that was a reaction. All right, anything else for you, big guy?
I make my way across here. No, probably not. Yeah, that'll be it.
All right, Judith, you are taking some acid, Damaja. You want to roll or me?
You go for it.
I knew you were gonna say
I'm
that.
not a flex.
This man is wild.
Oh!
Asante damage.
Mine is 21. But that's the best part about Judith, you know, accepting her gift as a light rune. Because I double checked it before I went in. It doesn't say that I have to see before I teleport 15 feet.
Intentional.
Oh.
So Judith is willingly taking herself into this light dimmy plane that she keeps having nightmares, that she used to have nightmares about. And she's just gonna pick a random direction and go. Would you be okay if I say I just went like over right here?
Yeah, you would understand the outside. It hasn't moved, so.
Okay. 5, 2, 15. Covered in all this gunk, but Judith looks over, sees Lewis, that he seems okay. Okay. I am going to, as my action, I'm gonna look to the purple worm, and I'm gonna start to say, you need to get out of here before your life is ending. And as I say that, I use my eloquence feature of universal speech, and I just to plead with the worm to leave so it can save itself. Because Judith right now, I feel like I'm like a monster druid. You know, like, if you don't leave right now, you will die, and it will be gone forever. I use very simple words so the worm can understand me.
Okay, give me intimidation roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Intimidation. That is that's a 14.
It didn't seem. Did he able to speak to you, or?
Yes, I think.
I'm going to make you speak intelligible. No,
Matt,
you just
Matt
let you
understand
speak.
you. Oh no, it can just understand me.
Yeah, it's
I
like
should have
it's
used. This feature is useless. I should have used tongues. Okay.
well,
all
tongues
good.
wouldn't work if the creature doesn't have a language at all. So it is useful the universal speech.
Okay, cool. All right, that is my action. As my bonus action, I'm going to help my point that it's in serious danger. I'm going to use my another bardic inspiration. What's it called? Unsettling. I use my unsettling words feature to give it a. I think I have a D8 now.
Yeah, level 5, you have D8.
I give it a D8 to its next save. So -6 to whatever its next save is.
Woo.
Yeah. I thought Miss Judith. Okay.
Luis.
Lewis, I have some potions on me. Grab them.
All right. As Jenkins just pulls Lewis out of the water and just tosses him back on land, and he sees Judith just materialize to the side of him, he just turns his head toward her with a heavy breath. You're a damn fool. What a brave one. Give you that. And just pulls himself up.
You're much harder to understand these days.
And tries to run the fluff away.
Alright, are you disengaging or?
I was 15 feet away, and we've clarified 15
Oh,
feet
you were,
already, right?
I thought you were 10 feet, sorry.
Yeah, that was quite a distance. Yeah, no worries. So that is 5, 10, 15. Would I have been prone when Jenkins pulled me out of the water?
I think it's took his turn pretty much, so it's fine that you're on your feet.
Okay. So he'll get to around there and summon Sunblight to his side just for and take some more defensive posture. If the worm, for whatever reason, gets close to us, then he'll take a swing.
Okay. Never know. Olivak is going to do a D6 to hopefully get his breath weapon back. And he opens his mouth up. I told you to pay attention. I right here. Spewing another big meaty breath onto the creature.
Thanks to Judith, that's a -6 on that save.
Okay. -6, yeah. Unfortunately, the creature doesn't make the save still. He rolled a really big 29. What's that? 22 damage, I want to say, round down. Yeah, 22.
Oh, wrong one.
I'm gonna say, hold on, I did it wrong again.
There we go.
Polly is going to get in front of everybody, just right in his mouth, not inside his mouth, but just kind of claws against the creature, roaring in its face. Even though the mouth is big enough to potentially swallow Polybog whole, you see that it fights fearlessly. Even though itself, despite being a dragon, is still outmatched. Minerva goes, well, it looks like we're fighting this thing now. And she's resource dumping on this creature, releasing another 3rd level spell slot or another fireball, try to burst it down as fast as possible. She only has one more 3rd level spell left. Wait, did it not go in chat? There we go. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I get a 2 on this save, so that's 27. Burning this creature, singeing it. You shouldn't have swallowed my man. All right. The purple worm wants to spread some of its love around, so it moves right here, spewing onto the land above you guys. And then is going to deliver its strongest attack, its stinger, into Polybog's back. But a natural 1, baby! Stinger misses. And it is going to bite down on Minerva. Did more damage than the dragon since it failed its dex save. The duality of man. From a natural 1 to a natural 20 against Minerva.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. Never needs to make a dex save.
Oh, I didn't think of my positioning. No!
She got it!
Oh no.
5 feet away!
Max on these 2. Okay, so that's 7 more damage, 28 plus. Luckily, it's not the stinger. That was the one that did like 100 damage to you on a crit. This one is still doing a meaty 47, but the girl, I think she can take it. Yeah, she takes it. Her dexterity saving throw means that she is not swallowed by the creature. The DC 19 dex save will be swallowed. Minerva looks and just goes, you will find I am not easy to consume. She heats up, burning the creature's mouth, reminding you of the fireball, and lets go. And Minerva the fire turns into steam from the saliva. And she takes a heavy breath as she falls to a knee, almost dying in that instant. Sorry, you're up.
Seeing Minerva get bitten, she looks around, just seeing just how injured everyone is. And she clenches her fist. Bravery, bravery, this is my family. No one hurts my family. And she rushes up to the worm, and she's going to begin a series of attacks. Coming in with her staff, at normal.
First one misses, second one connects.
Okay. Dealing 7 bludgeoning, and I will expend my last key point to go into a flurry of blows. Come on. Damn it.
Beat against its tough hide. Unfortunately, it withstands your blows.
Everyone together.
Phoenix, you're up.
Yeah, doesn't like that thing chomping on her new friend. You will try to shoot it twice.
Both times connect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Jenkins is right underneath it, so let's take that drill bit and go up into its belly.
Yes.
And he is going to position himself closer to Minerva to try to block her, if at all possible, from the worm's swallow attempt.
Emra, you see that something strange on the creature. You see that tattoos are beginning to form on its flesh. So you would also notice, but it's a little more difficult because it's on its backside and you're kind of on its belly, kind of under it a little bit, as it hangs literally over you. You're not sure what this means, Emra, but if you want to make a religion check, you can, but it would cost you your reaction to lose your reaction for the round.
Eat that. Sure, let's do it. Actually, I'll use my level 3. I'll use the second inspiration.
Okay, and what's Phoenix's passive perception?
Sorry?
What's your passive perception?
14. Or no, 11.
11, okay.
20.
20? Yeah, that's good. I was gonna ask the same question, but we'll say you figured it out so you keep your reaction. Yeah, you've seen these runes before. They're very similar to the runes, the small tattoos hidden among the bodies of rune warriors. Some rune warrior has traced their rune onto this creature. And you're not sure what it means, but you could see that seems to be the symbol of the fire rune. And it's slowly tracing to its entire body and starting to give off a very faint illumination.
My theories, I'll belt one out in character. That's a rune. Hey, I think it's gonna blow.
Oh no.
Should I? But I don't know if that means like if it goes to 0 or if it's like a time thing. So do I want to attack this and actually like? I'm gonna hold my action for how specific do I want this to be? There's a lot of shit going on. I kind of want to hold an action until like people like leave its vicinity.
That may not happen.
I know. Well, fuck around with it. I'll do it now. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
On this one.
Let's see, where is it at? Here it is. Oh,
Nice, it connects onto him. And what's the 5 necrotic for?
It's just 11. That's hex.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you shoot onto it, 11 lightning. And you see that his body is beginning to crack when you hit it with the lightning. And the runes get more aggressive to the point that the rest of you can see something tracing on its body, but not enough to realize that it's some type of tattoo. Just cracks for you, the rest of you. And it just looks like it's pulsing and glowing. This thing's gonna blow soon.
Did it look gradual, or did it look like it like I sped up the process when I hit it?
Yeah, you sped up the process.
Okay.
All right, Judith, you're up.
All right. With him saying about these runes and stuff, I'd be able to have that same understanding, right?
Yeah.
I'd be proficient when it comes to runes and religion.
Yeah, I mean, your only issue is you couldn't see it, but off his information, if you want to make a check now that you've got some more clarity, you can.
Just trust your boy.
Yeah, no, I trust Amrit, I guess.
Hey, you guess.
Yes.
Okay, but I don't want to intimidate this creature. I want to make sure that this thing is. I have some care for this creature. So, I'm just going to say, you can still understand me. I'm just going to say, please, you have to go. If you don't go now, you are going to get hurt. And I mean in the most fiery, dangerous way possible. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to use another bardic inspiration to use my, what is it called? Unselling words. I'm going to give it a negative 8 as I cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level
nice.
onto it.
Oh,
This could be huge.
First level. It's the first time using it. I'm going 2nd level.
all right.
Come on.
All right,
I
so
got a 12.
and you see that it attempts to resist and it almost shakes it off, but you just pull him in with your unsettling words, and the creature fails. Takes 12 damage, yeah, 12, what is it? Psychic, okay.
Yeah.
And it immediately uses its reaction to retreat, which should provoke opportunity.
I'm gonna say,
Oh,
don't hit it. Let it not blow up in our faces.
Okay.
smart man. They attempt to barrel into the wall, trying to retreat. Yeah, much of a barrel speed this creature's got. Okay, so he starts barreling. You guys can still see him as like a gaping hole, but his burrowing is not as fast as his regular movement. But as he gets to the wall, he slams into it, begins digging into the wall in its favorite terrain. And yeah, Judith, good job.
But that thing's just gonna heal up and come back.
Not
It's
our problem
It's being
right now.
used. It's being. I mean, maybe do it now, but it's being used. It's being used by some evil rune warrior. It's being, controlled, or it's a guardian.
Regardless, we're not going to be able to do anything if we're killed here. Move. And where was the original path we were planning on taking? I think it was like for destruction.
Yeah, you have to, like, there's like an opening to this door here.
Okay, got it.
Could I have used my? I'm sorry, Lewis. Is it okay
Yeah,
if I were to use my movement to
Yeah.
move it?
Continue your movement while you take it.
Lewis is just going to start making his way down. And especially knowing that this, it may or may not come back, so we may want to move quickly, dashing. Alright, it's it.
Polyvox screams, "This is a servant of an original sin, Anorak, and it will fight until its death. We destroy it now, suffer its wrath, sooner than later." And let's see, this is breath back. He does. So he gets up. He's gonna try to do his maximum range because you guys warned him it's gonna explode. Okay, you can get 1 square back. And yours came from Borgazel, the great bird.
Okay.
He spews his breath weapon through cold in him. Purple worm on, say, a natural 1. And so as he spews his breath weapon onto the creature, the purple worm turns around just in time to witness its own death as the ice cracks all along its body, running up through its spine to its head, shattering it into a cold frenzy as Polyvox just goes, see breath, the strongest breath yet. And the creature does indeed explode against every creature within 30 feet of it.
Ooh.
It's not going to hit you, Sword, but it is going to hit Minerva and Jenkins and Polyglot.
Can I use my reaction to grab Minerva?
No, it'll be too fast. So
Okay.
circumvent AoEs with reactions.
That's fair.
But I will say in the fiction, you just reach out for her, but the explosion happens. Luckily, a lot less people are next to it. All right, purple worm, poison damage, converted to fire. 48 fire damage on a Constitution saving throw for Jenkins and Minerva, or half on a success. This poison turns to like this boiling substance.
What was the saving throw that had to be beat?
19. Polybot failed it as well. Does Polybot have fire resistance? Let me check. He doesn't.
Inspiration.
Oh, Minerva?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, nice. Okay, so she's not going to die outright, but she is going down. NPCs get one death saving throw before they permanently die. Hopefully someone can get to her in time. So the explosion overtakes her. She looks back towards Louis, and she is, I love that man and I hate that man. Referencing loving Lewis and hating the Tyrandrum that's in control as the fire swallows her up. Except there's one more thing you guys may have forgot. She's resistant to fire damage. So she made the save and she's resistant. So that brings it down from to a 24 to a 12. She's actually in pretty good shape.
Oh,
my god.
She's still down though.
Oh no, her turn is next.
well.
She gets one save and then she will be dead or alive right now.
Oh, I got those.
And then the dragon took. Dragon failed as well, yes. What did I get on the dragon? 13 on the dragon. Okay, so he takes 48. Getting severely injured, swallowed by the fires, you reach out Sora for Minerva. And as you do, you see Minerva's eyes, the light in her eyes begin to fade as she falls downwards, scorched. And as she hits the ground, boom. Let's make this one roll, which will determine whether she's dead or alive.
Well, it's fall.
Come on.
Make it dramatic. I'll stall.
Maybe someone else roll.
Well, Lewis, it's your girl. Why don't you give us that D20?
Okay. Let's see.
Would rather Falcon do it.
You know, since this is Wait.
I know I'm pushing it here, but I had kind of forgot about that birthday 20, but my birthday was on the 3rd of March and I haven't used it yet. Can I use it for Minerva?
So we actually have a rule of 30 days within your birthday. And today's the 2nd. And the month was 31 days, so this is actually the 30th day, even though it's the 2nd. So
oh my
yes,
gosh, lucky.
you can.
She's Phoenix's new friend. Like she can't go.
So
Holy shit.
she falls towards the ground and she thinks back to when Lewis was younger. They were at the mouth that feeds, guarding the gate so others could escape. She remembers of fighting against the god dragon Tyrandrum, coating down its spine as Lewis's blade sunk deep into its flesh. All the laughs they had over tea, some over nights that I won't describe, where the two embraced each other. And then even the heartache when Lewis left, or rather, just didn't do anything. And then she realizes that Lewis is stronger than anyone she's ever met, and that he will get past this as well. And as she's about to slam face first into the ground, her eyes slowly open, and she catches herself. Will be no one's victim. She stands up tall, facing the worm. Is that all you had? Her natural 21 HP. Or collapsing into Sora's hands.
I got you. I got you. Here.
This fight is over.
Here, take one of these.
Hold on.
It wasn't so tough after all.
Yeah. You are one bomb lady, Minerva. She looks up to Polyvok, and in Draconic, she thanks him. My family would be dead if you had not intervened. Thank you.
I was close by when a horn was shrung. Luckily, I was directly in the area, but I wasn't aware there was a threat. So you saved your own lives. I just did my duty. I've always served the Rune Warriors. Many of them are my best friends to this day. The nature being one of my primary caretakers for ages.
And now you've got another best friend, as she kind of rushes up and hugs one of his legs.
He scruffs you with his long neck. You can tell that even though he's around 70, it still makes him almost a baby in dragon years. So he's just a young man in his late teens or middle teens, doing his best to survive in this world. Of course, being a dragon has its advantages in terms of survival.
Oh, wait.
Is he?
Go ahead while I do this.
Was he responding in Draconic, or was he speaking in Common?
He understood the Draconic, but he speaks back in Common, being courtesy for the rest, just in case. But he certainly understands the language.
What's your name?
I am Polyvok. Have no title yet, I have not earned one.
I think rescuer would be a good one.
Wormbreaker.
Okay, that's better.
Working titles. A dragon earns his title at the age of 100, flying his greatest achievement. I've still got about 30 more years to go, and I do mean to survive at least that long. But more about you. Rune Warriors, you're not from this area.
Mother Nature sent for us. We were on our way to go see her.
He is not called for Rune Warriors in such a long time.
We know she is in trouble. There are countless mouthers trying to wear her down so that Palm may strike her to death.
Palm is here. Palm alone cannot defeat Mother Nature, but she holds an original sin in her crown. A creature called Anorak, same creature who controls this purple worm and many other worms. He references the dead ones near you. Insects aplenty, including other mouthers.
There was also a sigil at the waterfall that we managed to destroy before something arrived.
Excellent. I don't know who would have came. I would have had to have seen it.
Oh, something usually happens once these things die. 1 second. Sora is going to cautiously get close to the hole and peer inside to see what remains from the explosion.
You see that the purple worm is dead. A beating, purple, thorny heart. Heart of a powerful beast.
Whoa, that is so gross but very cool. I'm just gonna take that. Excuse me. It's not like you'll be eating it anymore. Stinky.
They substitute for one item for a magical creation, not a soul stone.
And even if it its body probably moving just from shifting from the death, she'll jump regardless like a scared monkey and come just running out. Okay, oh, it's fine.
Did you just rip out the thing's heart?
She holds up a still beating heart. Yes.
Okay.
Badass.
You killed it, Polyvok. Would you want it?
I have no use for such things, but as a rune warrior, you could use that to forge powerful magic item. Hold on to it. Put it to use. Let it capture your memories of what you've overcome.
She looks at her many pockets. I wonder which one I should designate the heart pocket. And she puts it in like her back pocket. It's like, damn it, that's where I put the candy. Shit.
I'm not sure you understand how big the heart is. It's not going in any pocket.
Oh, how big is it?
It's probably about 3 times a bowling ball. You would be holding it with both your hands right now.
It's like a beach ball.
Well, it's twice the size of that. Maybe about the size of one of those big blow-up beach balls. Yeah, a little bit bigger.
She's gonna just plop this thing down. I can't carry that.
You can't just put them in your kind of like disappear out of nowhere.
I have no idea how that's achievable.
Oh damn.
Maybe we can put this back on the ship.
You do see Jenkins' chest pop open. His storage compartment is almost a perfect fit if Phoenix allows it.
Yeah, Jenkins could carry it. It'll be protected in there.
Sora goes up and it's just a comical sight of her stuffing this heart into his chest cavity.
And I imagine Jenkins' head is like looking down and looking up and looking down and looking up like, really? I gotta do this?
He asks you, does this make me a living creature now, Phoenix?
Nah, Jenkins. Unfortunately, no.
I see. And he doesn't seem offended or anything. He just goes back to being neutral. And Bolivar goes, we should steer clear of here. More creatures may rise from that hole. And I do not think we can take another one of these worms. She does have 3 in total.
Oh,
We go from here.
Could you point us in the direction towards Mother Nature's? That's where we were going.
I'm not strong enough to fly you all there, but I can guide you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
that'll have to do.
As he walks, you guys are free to RP as we witness the sight and destruction of this valley.
Sora's gonna walk up next to Lewis. With a am I detecting still Tyrandrum in there, or is my actual father still there?
It's very clearly Tyrandrum still.
Sora's gonna snap her finger. Oi, you did your job, now go away.
Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be enough. As much as I'd want to. He seems to be deep within the mind. Looks like I'm stuck with you for a bit longer.
Oi. Listen, just don't try and murder my friends in my sleep again. Or when they're awake.
Edith, since you and Amrit are closest, I would say that you guys see that Minerva's like, she's crying, but she's like hiding it. It's really difficult to tell. She's just walking.
Did she get the 13 HP that I used the medkit for?
Oh no, I'll do that to her now. Thank you for reminding me. Just gave her the 9. That somebody gave her 9. No, it's an 8. No, it was 8.
I gave her 9 from my one of the potions Amrit gave me.
Okay, good. So she should be at 23. Yeah, I got it right.
As she passes by and I see her looking that sad, and that kind of, in her look, I was gonna say, in Draconic, I'll say, Lewis, get over here and hug your lady. She just almost died.
He just has effectively no reaction as he just walks past.
Yeah, she doesn't speak Draconic. She doesn't know what you said, but looks back at the two of you talking, and then she looks at Amrit. She's like a weak smile on her face. We sure showed that worm, didn't we?
Yeah, we showed it something.
Well, maybe this is something that's not usually my thing, but maybe we get a nice little group hug, just the 3 of us then. Congrats on not being dead.
She smiles and she hugs you and she goes, Tyrandrum really has full control right now. Just want my man back.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. But you know what? I think we'll figure it out. I'm sure Amrit has a great plan. Now that he's covered in purple worm slime.
Good on you, Emran.
Oh,
Fucking
this is
acid.
bad.
You guys hear that kind of breaking your exchange as Phoenix looks upon this room, and Polybok pauses and lowers his head towards Sora. I knew these dryads. They were my friends. Some of them helped raise me, and I was not here to defend them because I was in the north. All this power. Still, I'm weak. And he just lets out a roar. It's not super loud, but it's loud enough that inside the tree, which you guys are inside a massive husk of a tree, it just reverberates around, bouncing around.
Sora kind of flinching a bit from it. She would look down at this dryad closest to her, and she leans down, kind of just grasps its head to look at her face, or look at its face. When my friends and I closed Akito's gate, Pa made it clear what she wanted to do. She wants this world barren, completely destroyed, no life, so that the Mouthers starve. These people deserve better. Everyone deserves better. I have to stop her. She's just so powerful. I don't know if I can.
We have to do it.
We're in a pretty bad spot if the fucking dragon is insecure right now.
Can we? If I go down and look at him, Amrit, can you help me? Maybe we can figure out how these things died. How these dryads died.
Sure.
It's fairly obvious. If you want to make a medicine check for greater details, you can. But for the obvious portion, I'll share that, and then maybe you get more. There seems to be a vine, like as sharp as a blade, like a massive thorn almost, protruding through all of their hearts exactly. One vine per heart. Whatever it was definitely precision. It was fast. It was probably simultaneous to all of them, but they each got shot right in the chest.
Jesus.
And Amrit, you would confirm that whatever happened, it was all at once. As you look at the wounds, how they all spoiled up, how they all aged, and yeah.
Blade. Precise, almost at once, it looks like. You know something that can do that? He looks Polybok.
Malda, perhaps, or a rune warrior. One of those two did this.
One besides Palm.
Yes, Palm is not
On their
bound to
side.
this. Some rune warriors have begun to follow her. We had discovered this news recently. In terms of power, people treat her as though she's a god. Even those gifted with rune powers chosen to follow Palm. There are more than you may understand.
They don't understand that she's not going to give them a world when she wins. They will all die too.
That's what they want too. To be the ones to put the chairs up, turn the lights off at the end of the night. As long as they get to be the ones to put it in action, to see it. That's probably all these people care about. Just watching it all burn.
To be able to walk in the darkness that they create. Some time ago, one of the instructors at that academy mentioned something about beware of shadow warriors. Will that have anything to do with this? As Lewis just looks toward Polybok.
It's hard to say what is what anymore. So many creatures under their wing. Her wing. She was my friend too, you know. A long time ago, I shed laughs with Palm. I shed blood with Palm.
I wonder if we can speak to Vata. He was already on the trail of betrayals that were happening at the academy. Maybe he's discovered more.
And he looks at you all and he goes, "We have no time to bury our friends, but when this is done, we will return. Need to keep moving before they capture us."
Lead the way.
And you guys could certainly reach out to Vod on the move, but Polybok insists we continue. He looks at the Dryads one more time, and he continues up this trail, using his long back like a ladder. You guys should crawl up his tail onto his back and over his neck to get up here on this high reach perch. Some of you could probably jump or climb, but this is just an alternative route, which is just difficult terrain.
When Sora comes and climbs over his head, she'll kind of look upside down into his eyes. You are strong enough to save us, and that should still count for something.
Yeah, you just look into his deep blue eyes, and he's just lost in thought about some of the Dryads that raised him. One such in his image, of course, but you don't know them yet. He just tells you, "I will get stronger yet. More than me, but strength for oneself is useless, but strength for others has no limit."
And I cannot wait to see that day.
You guys all climb up there to the next section. He tells you, "There's a secret path through the water. You will have to hold your breath. It is about a minute swim. Can you all do that?"
I think so.
I can do it.
You carry two of you across if you do not think you can swim against the current. There is a slight push.
I'll take the ride if that's okay.
Grabs you in one of his claws, tucking you under his shoulder. You take one more, and we do the dive.
Phoenix looks around awkwardly. I ain't got the best swimming lens.
Snatches you up as well, and Polybok takes a deep breath, dives into the water. And I don't need a check from you guys, but I do need an athletics check from Sora, Lewis, Amrut. And we're not going to bother with Jenkins because I don't think he can drown, so if he takes longer, it doesn't matter.
Might need to worry about Minerva.
Anyway, this
Yeah,
is like,
whatever.
you're waterproof, right?
Yeah, one of the new updates.
Cool. Great.
Scratch another plot off your plan there, did it?
Yeah, there goes the drowning plan.
Yeah.
He just walks off in the notebook.
Ain't drowning anymore. Everyone made their athletics check so far. Who are we missing? We're missing somebody. Missing Lewis.
That's me. Yeah. I have disadvantage because 1 exhaustion.
Oh shoot, I have
And-
disadvantage too.
17. It's my main stat,
So Minerva would not have made it. Let's see how long she can hold breath
would
for.
Lewis have been close enough to Minerva to Aaron's excellence?
Sure. Which I'll just honor the 17th if you expend that.
Okay, got it.
Make it flat.
While we're down here, Lewis, seeing that Minerva is starting to struggle, just grabs onto the back of her jacket and just drags her along to get along faster.
Okay. And she almost resists you, I'd say. So thematically, you're able to help her get her swim. Maybe you motivate her as she's so angry at you, but she doesn't think Lewis is back. It's just Tyrandrum, and for all we know, maybe it is still Tyrandrum. So she's underwater, drowning, and she's punching your chest. And she's disgusted by you, but she loves you. She thinks you're amazing, but she hates you. She doesn't know who this is right now. So you guys are fighting as she drowns under there.
And he still drags her along regardless of any reaction, not making any eye contact, but
Alright.
simply making cold and calculated decisions.
And you guys chirp as she just kind of pulls away from you and steadies herself with the others. And it's almost like this line briefly as you chilled back to take her to help her get to the other side. Everyone just in front of you, and I'm sure many of them support you, but right now it's almost such a natural division that occurred just now. She scooped over to the other side before you rejoin your party in that brief moment of all of them and then you. And as you guys go ahead.
As Minerva starts to leave away from who is effectively Tyrandrum at the moment and starts to catch up to the rest of the group, he finally says something after quite some time. Tell me, do you truly believe that you could lift this curse?
You're saying that to just Minerva, right?
Yes, exclusively Minerva.
He tells you, yes, even if death do us part, he'll die himself, but he will not live you.
Quite interesting. Because I don't believe that even he thinks he can get rid of it.
That's the thing about us. Lewis isn't alone. There's more than one vote.
Allow me to tell you a little secret. That night when he seemed to move away from all of you, that night before his curse grew, he dove into his conscience and met with me, where we would fight. We both pushed each other to our limits, and he had a chance to get rid of me, to potentially stab me through my weakness and to what he could only guess to destroy me. And yet he consciously chose not to. Do you wonder why that might be?
Richard Thief. Liar.
I have no reason to lie to insects.
She's angry, but she's out of tears. These would be boiling tears. This tells you, why don't you enlighten me? You're so full of yourself. You love your own voice. Just tell me. You're going to tell me anyways.
Because he knows he can't get rid of me. I only exist because he allows me. Nothing more and nothing less. I wouldn't be here if he was able to fight back. And yet I still stand. You seem to truly believe that your love will be able to carry you through this. He takes a step forward. But tell me, if this curse truly does last forever, if I were to truly stay here for the eternity of his life until the very end, unknown whether or not I will take control again, if he will ever truly be himself again, would you still love him?
Yes.
We shall see. And he just proceeds forward, making eye contact.
You almost power play your move when you took that step forward. I didn't want to cut you off. She immediately took a step forward too, so that both of you had almost zero space in between yourselves as you looked and said your statement, and she responded. And as you do walk past her, he pauses for a little bit, finally lets out a heavy breath, and Jenkins pops up out of the door. Jenkins? Whatever, smile. Oh, Jenkins. And the rest of you would turn around and you would see what Polyvok is kind of talking to you in this small exchange. And he's like, the courts of the Fae and nature. This is where we will contact Mother. This is where you guys find yourself. Let me know if you guys can see as you surface from the secret pond to the left.
I see.
Yeah.
And as you look upon the court, secret court of the Fae in nature, let's go ahead and take our 10-minute break.
Alright.
welcome back, everybody. You guys are now in the court, a place that is a divide or maybe union of fey creatures and nature. Two things that exist in the same kind of environments but represent two very different things. And as you surface, the courts appear to be empty as Polyvok gets onto the land and says, "Welcome to the court, center of the heart of Glamden and Mother's domain."
Ooh, are there any fancy rules we should know about?
Just the typical rules. Don't eat the chairs.
Ooh.
Maybe they give
Okay.
dragons different rules from regular people, though.
Oh, I was about to start thinking there was a goat problem here too.
Oh, goats. And even though there's a bunch of darkness, you can almost feel a sad beauty here. And
Sad Judy.
no, sad beauty. Did I say Judy? Oh God, Morgan. Polyvok would help you guys up to this, since you guys are kind of in an unconventional place. Some of you can help yourselves, but he'd help most of you up to this walkway. What are these walkways called? These long walkways? They have like a proper
Catwalks.
name. Catwalk?
Catwalk.
Is it just catwalk?
It's up in the air, I think, so I'm not sure if it classes as one.
Sure. So you guys get onto the catwalk. Not dog walk. All right, whatever. And he showed you, the chairs of the six. Leaders over nature's domain. Mother Nature cannot control everything by herself. Six have been assigned for all the corners of the world, and they occasionally meet here.
I'm a little busy right now.
Ugh. Wow, look at the size of those chairs. They must have really large hips.
Looks and goes, the chair is usually a lot bigger than the people who sit there, but we do need to accommodate creatures that may be far larger. For example, seat all the way to the left is a Yeti's chair.
Ooh.
You can sit in the chairs if you like.
Oh,
Just
this one looks so
Fluffy.
don't eat the chairs.
What's this here?
What'd you say?
Who sits at this one?
Some man that looks like a fish. I don't know the members' names at the court. Just see them. I try to stay out of politics. They don't really work in my world.
Maybe they're fighting alongside Mother Nature if their seats are empty.
We can hope.
if we're here and they're not here, how do we get to them, or how do we?
Yeah, it feels
We
weird
here for a
standing
break?
around here.
This is supposed to be a safe haven. I was hoping upon arriving, others would be here.
Where are you, Tondo?
Wait, are you saying this is where the survivors are supposed to be?
Yes, but I suppose very few people outside of our realm know of this place, but Palm knows all the secrets. He was one of Mother Nature's closest friends for a long time. So unfortunately, this place is compromised.
Where's the next place?
Shrine not too far from here. Shrine of a white stag with golden antlers, forged and placed there by Mother Nature. The white stag is the spirit animal of a rune warrior named Ilya. And that is a place of power. There's also dozens of runes scribed in its terrain, many of which you could focus on and change your own runes for.
Did you say
Have reached.
Sora's going to reach up and grab the flower Lewis had given her that she kind of wears in her hair, the Ilia flower, and shows it to Polyvok. Ilia, you said?
Yes. Warrior honored in the previous war. Died fighting against one of the threats we face now. One of Anorak's chosen, a strongest soldier. Now Anorak has returned, servant, slave of Palm.
How is that crown able to not only hold the sheer amount of Malthus, but also one of such great power, too?
Sounds like spite, if anything.
Very powerful spite.
I cannot tell you exactly why she can control so many. A long time ago, she could hold 3 or 4, but now she holds hundreds. Most of them are weak, but there are certainly some powerful creatures mixed in.
He currently controls the murderer of my family, Ogobas.
Ogobas is dangerous. He can fly, you know.
Yeah, he has shown that to me, and I think he can still access the family rune, because he can grow beyond a tier 3.
Then again, it's Palm. He has learned how to temporarily empower her lieutenants, raising their rank up by 1, according to the standards provided by you all. Though none can exceed 5, except for Anorak, who was born into a rank of 6. Highest the mouth can offer. While you're chatting, you can give me a perception check to see if you guys notice what's going on right now. Maybe you don't notice. Everyone can do that. Imagine everyone's somewhat on guard. Consider some of you have exhaustion.
Passive 16.
Do you have exhaustion or no?
Nope. Abrud knows.
Is Umra poisoned still?
Well, like poison.
He's poisoned for an hour. Yeah.
It was the corpse worms.
Yeah, the corpse worm poisoned you for an hour, so yeah, you'd still be poisoned. You'd be disadvantaged.
Okay, let me roll again.
I thought it lasted until it was dispelled.
Well, we had argued that we would dispel the exhaustion instead with Minerva. It
I
was
see.
either poison or exhaustion, if you remember.
Ah, I got it.
It was, yeah, one effect. So you got your Emerald has exhaustion removed. 17 is still good. So everyone is talking. 16 was just shy. I would say that you would notice second Sora, but not before whatever it was would have been upon us. Luckily, Amrod, as you immediately just kind of zone into the environment and look up, watching you briefly before introducing themselves. It's another individual. Perched on a tree on the same fighter owl that you all saved previously. You can tell because it still has a few injuries, but most of those recovered.
Hey, that a friendly?
Oh, you've noticed me. At first I was concerned that you were a threat. You had passed through here. Then I saw Polyvok. I am Skeletor. I share one of the seats of the 6 lords of this domain. Are you here to help us?
Nana Lee, I am Sora, and these are my friends. Mother Nature called for us to teach us.
Then the owl is filling her in, hooting and stuff, and she says to you all, "You helped my friend here." She swoops down from the branch to the ground. She sits at her chair. Things are not looking good this side. And she whistles. I'll go ahead and blow every 0 out. And as she whistles, you can hear just people puffing it as a platoon of centaurs makes their way up to you guys.
Oh, there are survivors. Thank Tango.
Oh my.
Soldiers to me.
There's soldiers. Soldiers come in and Skeleton goes, "Anything to report, Scout Division?" The centaurs, they just kind of get into a bow. "Yes, my lady." Survivors a minimum, this place is as we suspected. No longer safe. We've discovered what the enemy is targeting. Destroying all the places of powers. Each of them are brought down, Mother Nature will be at her weakest as she draws strength from the land, and these things fuel her like augmentations to her strength. They've already managed to destroy 3 such sites. Only 3 sites remain.
Is there any way to recharge the sites that have been destroyed?
No, once they're removed, they would need to be rebuilt. And that already took years to make the place of powers.
Well, do we know where they're heading next? We need to meet them off.
Centaurs shake their head. We can only assume the places of powers. Nearby here is the Stag, but there are others. Much farther. Polybot goes, I can take one with Skelica. Your party can handle another.
I mean, we gotta try.
We'll
We
do
can't.
it.
We cannot let Mother Nature fall here.
Do you know if there's one group of them going, one party of them that's going through and going each shrine one by one, or are they splitting off?
We don't know. The people defending the shrines were destroyed. They were dead. All we know is that the place of powers were destroyed as well. They could have happened one at a time, but by the time we got to each point, it was already gone. So it could also have been simultaneous attacks. But we did manage to find the last 3 were still standing. But most of the soldiers have left. Guarded.
I say we go to the Stag. It's the closest one to us. It's probably the only one we can get to in time. Let's do what we can.
Lady Skeleton, would you have us travel with you or stay with them? Skeleton looks to you all. You know how capable you all are. I do not. You need the aid of the centaurs? Shall we send them to a different point while me and Polyrock secure the furthest since we are fast flyers?
My friends are needing some time to recover, so some help would probably be helpful for us.
Up to you. We're in the inner sanctum. You may be able to take a short rest before a threat arrives, at best. But if you wish for the Centaur scouts to aid you, they certainly can. Alternatively, we can take the scouts to the middling point, and I'll leave the owl here since I can just go on Polyvox back to the furthest. You have options, Rune Warriors. Your aid is appreciated. When this is all over, it will be rewarded.
My vote is there's 3 locations. We make 3 parties. She's already half weak, like half of her power that she pulls from is gone. We can't let it be less.
Only. Do we know how many enemies currently dwell within the area?
Shakes her head. Looks towards the scouts. Any additional information? There were some darklings, but we dealt with them, which is why our ranks are far fewer than before. We rode out with 12 centaurs. Now you look at the remainder of our division. But then they all claps their wrists together, lighting up their bodies. Each of them are Earth Rune users. Do not worry. The Darklings and the Mouther that we defeated. Those soldiers knew what they were getting into. We are equally prepared. We want to leave one point undefended in order to guarantee another stands. It is up to you all. But I am like mine with your friend here with the feathered cloak. Rather try to defend all 3 points.
There's wisdom.
Is there any way that we can communicate across the distances on your side, just in case someone gets to a place and can let us know if it's defended or not?
Gallica looks and goes, Fortunately, there's magic for that, like sending, but not a magic that I know. Let me check. Let me see if it's on her. Is it on the druid spell list? Because I feel like she would prepare it if it is. Let me just check.
I'm not sure.
No, it's not a druid spell. So yeah, so she tells you that she doesn't have long distance communications. She also informs you that before they would use like mockingbirds and insects, but they're not going to travel fast enough, and you would need nothing short of instantaneous information. She does tell you that they can get you delayed messages through bugs and birds, but they'll still have to make the whole travel too. So.
Would I know I haven't really used it like for something other than me sending stuff back to like a few messages here and there, but like would I be able to use something like my Between the Flames communication to at least like if I get there and if I have them set a fire or whatever, so they would at least know at least one?
It would be possible, but it's not instantaneous.
Okay. All right. Well, I think the best that I know I can do is whenever you get to your destination, light up a little fire and wait for communication from us. And if things go well and I don't have to use a bunch of spells, I'll try to hold on to them. I can speak to you that way as well.
Okay. She tells you, well, let me jot down the exact location. You would need to know the exact location. It's not like sending where you just need to know the person and it gets to them. When you do Between the Flames, you're sending it to a very specific location. Like to someone's house address, not a person. So she would say, we'll be in this area. This is where I will light the fire. And then the centaurs do the same. Light your respective flames. You do know there is a travel time. It's not instantaneous, the messages. So it would take, it's not a massive delay, but it could be like 20, 30 minutes. It's really random, but it's never usually longer than that.
Okay.
But she does give you a map and jot it down. And she looks,
And we got a map.
so have we decided, will you be taking the owl if we're going to defend all 3 points? Me and Polyvok would certainly hold down one.
We should defend all 3.
Agreed. As much power as possible would definitely serve us well, considering the number of enemies.
Excellent, excellent. Turns into a bear. All right, we should get a move on then. You rope around this tree, head down the steps, just travel in the single path direction at the catwalk. I prefer dog walk. You'll eventually reach the shrine, Ilya. Remember, there will be many runes you can call upon, but once you take in the rune, you will lose yours. Someone with the same rune surfaces. Now, I know this is gonna look weird, but I'm gonna fly away now. And Skelka doesn't have wings, but you see she just kind of paddles like a dog does in water. She starts to fly. And Polybog looks at all of you. We survived this. Then I would like for us all to celebrate together over a dragon song. Who wants to know what that is? Live.
Ilanan. May the winds guide us again together someday.
What the fuck? Anyway, let's get a move on. Are we resting here?
You guys?
I could-
Do we want to rest up?
I need my key.
Oh.
Do you want to rest here or at the shrine just in case they attack within the hour and you're resting here? At least if you're resting there, yeah, you'll be interrupted, but you'll have a chance to defend it. versus
Okay.
showing up and it's destroyed.
That is a good
Yeah.
idea.
So either we start heading down there now. There's 2 possibilities, or 3. We get down there, it's currently being attacked, and we're low on HP. 2, we show up and there's nobody there, we're able to rest fully. Or we show up, nobody there, but we get interrupted while we're resting, and have to fight low, but can't defend.
But we'll at least have like a line set up.
Chance.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think considering those 3 possibilities, it might be best to try to head there first. That way, at least 2 of the scenarios we're accounting for.
Sure.
Okay.
The centaurs go into their bag and they pull out a potion. Here, you may need this. Getting you the
What
hand
is
out
it?
there.
Oh.
We only have one to our party, but we've got a few smaller ones. Out of all the places the powers, for whatever reason, this is Mother Nature's favorite. So Paul may make a point of destroying it for the others. It was deeper, so that's probably why it stood till now. Take this potion, just in case your battle is far harder than you expect, which all of them so far have been.
Oh.
Meantime, our centaurs will do what we do best. We'll ride. See you all. Good luck.
Thank you.
They ride towards the middle place of power, being far faster than all of you, able to dash at well over 100 speed with their horse-like bodies. And by the way, is the owl actually here? Did we agree on keeping the owl?
Yep. We're keeping the owl.
Okay.
We're gonna need that mobility.
Go back to that first map too. What did I name this bad boy?
It's been a while. I
Oh, should we have an
forgot
owl?
We named him. Yeah, we named him. Or he has a name and everything. We just forgot.
I forgot the name.
What a great name.
A rare moment on stream. Well, I admit I'm dumb as fuck.
For the sake of who has the supreme, I vote Amrut because you guys probably don't trust Tyrandrum right now.
Hopefully we can rest because you're also the lowest next to Minerva.
Yeah.
I got extra pots if we want to start using them. I still got 2 more.
I can hold on to it as the local pharmacist for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the rest and
Yeah.
maybe we
Um,
should be able to hear him coming.
So the owl.
If-
Go ahead.
How on this like map that she kind of gave me, what's a general like distance I think is between all of them?
Well, she gave you a really crappy drawn map, so you
Sure,
don't have like
sure,
a really
sure.
great one. But to the other ones, they're probably about. The second point is probably about 15 to 20 miles away, and the one they're going to is a whopping 60 miles.
60 miles.
And then
You could definitely still see my skywrite from 60 miles away though, right?
I'm not so sure. 60 miles is pretty far.
Okay. I'm just thinking about another option. That's all.
So in a car, 60 miles an hour, right? That's an hour away. I don't know if you could see Sky right that far. And you guys are not as fast as the car either, so that's probably 2-3 hours away. Anyways, the owl will fly a little bit above you guys to make sure that she has an aerial view. But you would also see from Judith's map that the shrine is only about a mile away. It's very close. Not even a mile, it's almost a mile. And let's make a group survival check to see if we avoid any encounters along the way. Even though it's a mile, there are threats looming in the immediate vicinity.
Got it.
As we're walking, Phoenix is going to approach Sora. Hey, have you ever heard of a thing called friendship rings before?
I know one time I made bracelets of seashells with my master Suru once.
Oh, this isn't as cool as that, but She pulls out a platinum ring. Well, actually, 2 of them. I want you to have this. It should fit on one of your digits. Just something to, I don't know. I missed you a lot when I was locked up. I wanted to give you something. I was able to give Lewis an eyeball. You didn't need one of those, so.
I have 2, yes.
Okay, what that is for, and she's not going to tell Sora, so this is for players. Later on, she's going to cast Warding Bond. So.
Well, thank you very much, Phoenix. I will cherish it always.
I knew you would.
I'm so happy you've returned.
Yeah, me too. Let's kick some Mather butt.
I'm going to slap some Mao to the face.
Looking forward to it. Did we make it with our survival checks?
I think we did decent.
No, we didn't.
It was pretty bad.
Everett, Judith pulling us out. Sora too.
How many checks I did? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll give the owl. So I'll give the owl advantage. This is his home after all, so he should be able to face it well enough. Get a wisdom check. He's not skilled in it. Survival's wisdom, right? I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets a 17. I should have made that public, so let's add that to the top. Okay. 22. Okay, let's calculate how much you guys need. We are in a dangerous area. There are how many checks? 7. So it's times the number of checks.
Hold on.
Wow.
I think it's 8 if we're counting the owl.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, Jenkins didn't roll.
Yeah,
so.
we don't count Jenkins. So it's,
Oh, I see.
It's just, yeah, I counted the owl. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it was 13 times 7, and you guys want to know what that is? You won't believe me, but you want to know what it is? That's
Is it
somebody like
exactly
doing the
92?
math. Low.
93.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We almost screwed it.
Oh, we're so lucky we had the owl.
Yeah, it's so funny. Well, if we didn't have the owl 17, 75 would cut it against 6.
No, it would have been 78.
No, wow, yeah, you guys are
We would have
close.
screwed.
So the most standard survival check rates are 10, 13, 15, and 17. With the mouth that feeds being exclusive to 20. In any case, you guys did make it. You are in a very tough spot, but it's not so overrun where everywhere you go is dangerous. With that said, you do arrive at the Shrine of Ilya, whose animal in the last campaign, his spirit animal, was a white stag. Still the player's Roll20 profile pic till this day. Let's move there now. Player who died in the previous campaign. As you guys walk upon this majestic place, deserving of its own song, as you can feel invigorated here. In the distance, you can see this gleaming statue made of gold, represent both its heart and the golden horns of the creature. Flanking this one massive bridge you're walking on is the cleanest water you've ever seen. It sparkles upon the statue's reflection of the sun. The columns holding nature that is freely invited here. Fireflies dancing, throwing a party even in this dark time. The warrior who fought to his end. Now, allow me to move you there. When you get there, let me know your vision.
Ooh.
Yep, all good. Man, it looks nice.
So pretty.
I've never seen anything like it.
The owl's trying to tell you guys about it, but you don't understand him. He speaks out. Minerva has no clue. She's not a very nature-y person, though she will fight for nature. As you guys walk up, what?
I'll use my. Never mind. We haven't rested yet.
Okay. As you guys walk up, damn, I'm gonna lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
What was I gonna say? Oh, you see that the runes are etched into the stones, and they are helping make this place a place of power. And when you're here, you feel stronger. You feel more lively, fresh, even. And you think that, to your surprise, based on how your wounds are already closing in your body, you could achieve a short rest in 10 minutes here instead of an hour.
Oh, damn. Yeah, definitely the good decision to come here to rest first.
In addition to that, as you get closer, you don't have to read it, Amber, but you're kind of center focus of a plaque right there. I'm going to give you a massive handout that we can consume together at some point. In the meantime, in character, Amber's seeing it, but if one of the players would like to read what is written on this handout, Runes of the White Stag. You can just read the beginning section and then the highlighted pink section. And we'll worry about someone else could read the middling section, and I will award those people one Inspirato each, and the people willing to take up this task. Here's the handout, which also is host to the many runes that have been saved upon this statue, upon the respective rune stone.
I'll read the first parts of them already here.
Okay.
You never said I'm leaving. You never said goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only nature knew why. A million times I needed you. A million times I cried. If love alone could have saved you, you never would have died. In life I loved you dearly. In death I love you still. In my heart you hold a place that no one could ever fill. It broke my heart to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of me went with you. The day nature took you home. Written by, I guess, no one.
That's really sad.
And does someone mind reading the excerpt written here? The Rune Warriors to always be prepared and understand what this place means for them. That very next section before the runes.
I can.
Take us away. As he's reading it, you kind of step forward and ingest the rest of it.
Ilya Bright was a warrior from the old war of Metal Rain, a master of the Water Rune and a fine example of exemplary heroism. Many warriors since his passing had devoted their runes upon his shrine. Below you will find basic, advanced, and mastered runes. The creature can spend 10 minutes setting on a rune with deep focus to draw in its strength, replacing its old rune with the new one. I'll cover the basics of the air rune real quick.
This list is long. Maybe we don't read them all.
Okay, that's fair.
For most of you, you can just read your respective sections and be happy, but there's like 20 runes listed here in total, maybe more.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sergius was here.
Scroll down.
He was?
Oh my god,
Yes, his room in advanced form is implanted upon the statue.
he was here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to give the players time to This time I use the right word, digest, not congest. You're not sick. But why don't we take a moment tonight to RP, and then either next session, or if tonight, if you've already reviewed the list, we can figure out who's swapping out their runes for what. In the meantime, while you are trying to benefit from a short rest, why don't we end the session with some RP in the next 10-15 minutes, and then we'll worry about what runes you want.
Okay. Just feeling the energy from this place. Zora feels so connected in a sense. She kind of steps into the waters of this fountain and comes to sit down where she will just close her eyes and allow herself to feel almost this attunement to it all. And she'll just watch everyone else just fascinated by their own reactions as well.
The owl almost bows for the statue, and then before it goes onto the water, much like a duck, you don't know how it's doing with its body. Like a duck, it just rests on the surface of the water, and it feels rejuvenated as it attempts to take its short rest now as it closes its eyes, catch a breather. What are the rest of you doing? What are the rest of you saying? We're assuming now that you're just kind of standing in place or sitting down, doing whatever, that you are engaged in that 10-minute short rest. So don't feel like if you're RPing and stuff, you're not already started that process.
I would say Phoenix has taken the time to double check everything on Jenkins. She realizes this is going to be one hell of a battle, and she's already on Mother Nature's short list, so she does not want to let her down. But also as a way to kind of not let the nerves get to her. She's got to focus on fixing things because that's what she has to do. She has to fix what's going on right now.
Jenkins is just reminding you as he pops open his chest that there's this big ass beating heart in there.
Oh, we need to fix that chest latch. Hang on, that's got to stay closed.
Jenkins confirms. This place looks special, Phoenix.
It does. I'm sure there's some great story, but it's important to her, so that's what we're gonna do.
He nods. Seems like the damage to the buckle is 47%. You should be able to iron it out well enough.
Yep, let's get this.
Okay. Minerva's eyeing Lewis a lot, but she never knows if it's... I mean, she'll assume if it's Lewis, he'll be next to her. So she just kind of does her own thing, looking around this place. He touches the fire emblem a little bit and moves and just sits by the water and puts her feet into the water. Great. Whew. Why couldn't we come in for vacation? But instead we got this.
Lewis approaches the water, takes off his jacket and the shoulder pad, and just dips his body into the water to relax and just like puts his arms up against that side. Just leaning back and just letting it heal himself up as he seems to be looking inward for whatever reason.
Biz, with your communication with Minerva when we were swimming to get to the secret area, would anyone else hurt you too, or is it mostly a private conversation?
I guess that would depend entirely on how far the distance was between us and when you guys showed up. So I'll leave that up to Falcon.
Maybe about 15-20 feet, but Polyvoc was talking to them as well, so a little bit distracting.
Okay.
Yeah, Lewis wasn't being Tyrandrum wasn't being particularly quiet about his speech. Like, he's not a secretive person. If you haven't noticed.
Give me a perception roll at disadvantage, Sora. Maybe you heard it, but since I'm sure you were probably fully engaged in Polyvoc, it might have been a chance you missed it.
Yeah, I missed
Oof.
Yeah, you missed it. Your passive would have been at -5, so your best score here would be 11. All right, so yeah, you didn't hear it. But Lewis, yeah, you dunk into the water, and I will say that when you dunk into the water, to your surprise, it feels like Aria's touch. That is potent over time, and only happening once, but your infection goes down by 5% immediately.
Oh, I see. Fuck, I don't know what Tyrande would do. No,
Does
Tyrande
he
would definitely
scream
get out
out?
of the fucking water.
He starts screaming holy water like, ah!
The
It doesn't
moment he
hurt,
like dips
but
his foot
you can feel like
and notices the. Go ahead.
you can feel like Lewis back in your head a little bit more. Like before, he's kind of tucked away whenever you want him to be, but now he feels stronger. Like it's possible he could take the driver's seat, but that may just be your paranoia because he's still nowhere near enough of the percentage that's gone away for him to come back. But you don't know if this is going to continue to happen while you enjoy this sacred spring. So it's something that that Tyrandra might consider.
Yeah, the moment he steps into the water and he realizes that the curse is starting to recede a bit, he just immediately gets himself out of the water with like a slight grimace across his face. Puts the
So-
jacket back on.
You do care about being in the driver's seat then.
I thought that was evident enough.
Yeah, but you also said you had no choice in giving Lewis control back at the moment. And she just has this big shit-eating grin over her features.
Yeah. Well, I would prefer to maintain my chances of getting this body back. Well, less back and more just gain it. Or a body back, you know what I mean? He seems a little bit flustered.
And that body you had, you lost by your own choices.
Yes. And I wouldn't have changed those actions for anything.
Of course, you can't take them back. They're in the past. But Tyrandrum, I think you should consider that your life will be a lot easier if balance is more accepted into your life. I know Lewis is already doing it now.
Okay, yeah. The moment you mention balance, Tyrandrum's eyes just like flare with anger for a brief moment. I wouldn't have needed to do what I need to do what I did unless if they actually treated me like a person. And he just immediately catches himself and shifts back to his regular demeanor.
Sora just slowly stands up from the water and she just puts her hands on her hips. Things will go a lot easier if you stop acting like a big cranky reptile and start treating us like friends.
Interesting that you would use the word friend, considering the circumstances.
Oh, the fact you tried to kill me multiple times.
I'm not speaking of myself. And his eyes just soften, as if calculating. I'm speaking of the one that you call family.
Lewis, yes.
Quite ironic, considering how he actually sees all of you.
How does he see us, Tyrandra?
Not nearly as close as you see him.
That's fine. That's just how he feels. That doesn't take away how I feel about him.
Have
And
you
she
ever
kind of-
wondered about...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's all good, Biz. Go ahead.
Alright. Have you ever wondered why he calls you what he does?
You mean hops? Because I jump around and I am fast.
To most, they would interpret that as... what was the term? A nickname. But to the old fool, it's nothing more than a defense mechanism. He doesn't trust you enough to want to become close. He's afraid that using such a name will allow intimacy. After all this time standing by your sides, he still refuses to call you by your names.
That
I
just shows. That
Good.
just shows how much he cares. Because it means he doesn't want to lose us. And if we are to be lost, that means you would lose your body too.
Perhaps. And he just rests up against the stone edge.
This is not a fight you will win with me, lizard boy. Emotional intelligence is my specialty.
Indeed. I suppose the phrase ignorance is bliss is the most fitting.
I would like to think I'm so blissful I'm just ignorant.
He just blinks with like this completely bewildered look across his face.
And she does this maneuver where she drags her eyelids down with a tongue sticking out motion and backflips into the water.
A couple droplets kind of go on him, he just like wipes it off.
Okay. While the two of you are engaged, the whole time Minerva was kind of looking over there, but she didn't say anything. She goes, "Man, I really hate Tyrandrum. It's weird looking at him and seeing the man I love."
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Almost feels like we're carrying evil equivalents of Palm within our party.
It's just, I know what it's like to not be in control of your own brain. I don't like it, Lewis.
Yeah, the metal god, huh?
Yeah, but I defeated him. I can do, and got freedom for myself. We can do the same for Lewis. Just gotta take care of this first.
Tyrandrum's, "Oh, you can't do anything, don't stop me." Yeah, fuck that guy.
You know, Mother Nature seems to have a thing for lizards. I mean, first it was the wyverns, and now it was that white dragon. I wonder if she could do something over this dragon.
That lady's lived a long time. She's got a lot of friends and a lot of people that love her. I'm willing to bet she's the one that wrote that quote on there. Because this is supposedly her favorite site to visit. She's a little
No
love
way.
bird. Yeah, I think she's got a little love in her from one girl to another who's in love. He points and then she kind of scoffs at Tyrandrum. I can sense it.
I never gave her much thought. But wow, that kind of puts her in a different light for me.
Still mortal. She may have ascended a few veils, but she's got a heart like the rest of us.
Yeah, she's definitely fiery when she's hurt. I can tell you that much. Not fiery like you are. Never mind.
Of course. I get you. I guess it's the end of the day what's worth fighting for. Sometimes it takes someone like that to be tough. Protect all of this. She just kind of lifts her hands up as the fireflies flock onto her shoulders and dance around you. Guys, we're tough too.
They're kind of cool. I've never been one for nature, but I'm softening to it.
Me either. I'm just wondering if these would be very proficient nightlights. If I'm being honest.
You know what? If we get that I can't think of it, but you know, the thing that's clear, and we get a couple of them in there, we could have like little light bulbs.
A jar, a little lantern thing, yeah.
They probably wouldn't
See-
like that though.
You see Judith over there with a lamp, and she's placing it down over here.
Are you when they look over at you? Are you like actually catching them or?
No. She's focused on what she's doing.
Okay. And Emerald, how about you in the water? What are you up to?
Emerald essentially got in the pool as well. He's kind of like cupping the water and just feeling that it's like doing something for his wounds. He's gonna try and like cup it, like try and like bring more of it like into his open the wound with like the toxin in it.
Okay. You notice that your poison gets removed.
Hey.
Literally just kind of instantly in patches. You can see a scar where the poison first injected into your body. But it's kind of like it's a good example. In The Last of Us, the infected wound kind of looks like. Yeah. It's healed, but where the strand of the poison was is still prevalent visually.
To grow on.
Also, when you look in the water, for a second you see the red terma, but the blood flows off of his body. Then you're just looking at yourself.
He'll like doggy paddle over to Judith's side.
Hey.
Yep.
You doing all right?
Yeah. Just setting up this. She lights the lamp and sets it down. Yeah, just a little, give the others some time, and just let them know that we're here. So I'll just keep this up until then. You doing? She'll like kind of bend down on her knees and look to you like, hey, you doing okay?
Yeah. This is some crazy stuff, this water. Speaking of crazy, though, you did something pretty crazy earlier to get her lizard friend out of there.
Oh, that wasn't that crazy, right? I mean, it worked out.
I mean, sure, but just barely. I mean, what were you thinking?
She'll lower her voice more, and she'll just say, I promise I did think about what I was doing. I wasn't just jumping in. I had a plan. I've been trying to be more accepting of this light room that I have, and I figured there might be a chance if I went in there and I could help him get out, then my light rune would push me out to a safer space, and and it worked. So that's a positive thing, right? Yeah, no, if it hadn't worked, yeah, sure, then I had a backup plan. That's for so don't worry.
As long as you're not turning into me, you know.
I
You
don't
got
think
more
that'd be
going
the
for
worst
you.
person. I don't think that'd be the worst person to turn in to start to get all of these from. But I hear you.
I mean, you're not me. You're real. It's not the same.
She just lets out a sigh and then goes to get in the water. She grabs like one of your horns a little bit to help her, like, like using someone's shoulder to get into the pool. Just like, all right, clone boy, you're just as real as everybody else. I'm gonna come on. In fact, while we're here doing our while we're resting in this, if we have the 10 minutes or anything left, the music changed, so it threw me off.
There's a reason.
Okay, maybe I don't have enough time to use my bardic feature.
Well, if it's action, you do.
It's during the short rest.
Okay,
It would be my song of wrath.
Okay, so not just yet. That's when we completed it. So you're starting that song.
Yeah.
So something does happen.
Okay.
But if you want to finish your scene, briefly, you can.
I'll just say, in fact, to help. Let's see. To help talk about how real you are, I am going to. I'll just tell everyone a little story about that time I walked in on you. I walked in on you in the bathroom, and you were. I think you were taking a bath, right? It's that time Amber almost died, and we ran into the bathroom, and he was there. And it's just a funny situation. So I'll kind of get into like a little bit of a story.
At the end of your story, you realize that Amrut not really listening. Amrut, I changed this music for you. And as you're sitting in the water, you find yourself strapped to a table. There he is. He's awake. Finally. For all this time. And then you see a masked person come in, Theos. Tell us, Joel, what's it looking like? We're moving around his brain. Moving around his memories. Changing who he is. So that we can empower Terminal. And you're sitting in this dark room with all these bubbling machines just boiling over, all different colors, green, pink, and red. And you can see a artificial baby being formed in one of them that is in the red tank. Got pinkish skin, almost like it was stained because it looks like you. And you're about 9-10 years old at this point. And the tank is like a 4 or 5-year-old. Good. This one's power is hard to control. As long as he believes he is less than the other, we may be able to control him. Change his mind. Let him think he's the copy, that Terma is the original. Yes. They work on the machine. And you see that they're literally like moving around these beads of energy. Like they're messing with the essence of your existence, and they pull out confidence first, splicing it up by removing your identity, your beliefs. Once he realizes who he is, it will shatter his resolve if he is not ours. But if he is ours, he need not ever know. Good. Also, fuck his rune up. Give him the traits of a rune mouther. Here, we've got the cells. And then they start jacking this needle into your arm. This way he can never truly engage in his rune powers without them risking of turning into exactly what Terma will be designed to be. This monster. You're positive he won't remember any of this. It is impossible, sir. It is impossible for him to remember this process. And that's when you pop back, that is the end of Judas' story. As you realize it was like you were drowning, holding your breath or something. So it'll be visibly for Judith to see you almost gasping for air when you return.
And he just, water was all over the bathroom. It was the biggest mess. Hey, Emma, you okay? It wasn't. I left out the part about seeing, your business, but you okay? What's going on?
Real.
What?
The real one.
You're the real one? You just said that you weren't. You're having a little. What happened?
He like looks at his hand like holding like the water in his palm. The miracle.
What? Was it something with being in this water? It wasn't even my best story. I don't think there's that.
I don't know. There's one thing I do know now. Regardless of the answer, I'm me. And that'll have to do.
Judith just looks. There's a bit of confusion there. Like, it's such a severe flip than what she's used to, but something that she'll take. Like, good, okay, we have some growth. Guys, the Amaret's the real one.
Yeah, and the bestest.
Yeah.
See?
We love you, Emerald. Whatever's kind of out of the loop, she just sees everyone being encouraging.
Try to give Amaret a hug. There you go. There you go.
Something else I want to tell you too, Judith.
Okay.
It doesn't finish.
God, I was thinking the love poetry here would do something.
You what? All right. All that means is that no one else can die until you tell me. She'll just dive under the water.
As you dive, for a second, Emerald, you swear the stag's head was looking at you. Some type of spirit shimmers back forward. For a brief moment, Ilya is here. The rest of you, for all of you, a short rest completes. And that is where we'll end the session. All of you have a moment to breathe. Don't forget to tag on that song of rest. Good job, everybody.
Hell yeah.
That concludes today's episode of Phantom of the Past, episode 40. Thank you for coming out and watching. We'll be here in 2 weeks. We're taking one off. Everyone say goodbye to the stream.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
It's your boy Falcon, and I'm flying out.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.